Hello, my name is Simon and welcome to the Big Orbit Games unboxing video of the new Star Wars Armada Gladiator class Star Destroyer, one of the new ships from the Wave 1 expansion, Wave 1 for Star Wars Armada. So this is a brand new ship, we haven't seen this before. So it's a new ship for Imperial players. So nice Disney logo there, and also shows you which Fancy Flight sleeves you'd need to sleeve it up. So dig into this packaging. It's the same size packaging you get for things like the Millennium Falcon and stuff from X-Wing, so you can see and relatively understand the size of it. So we'll come to the cards in a moment. For now we're just going to have a look at the model. So let's go through here. And here we get to the Gladiator. So here we go. Just try and let the focus. Yeah, there we go. So you can see that the Gladiator here, so this is the top of it. See the front, you can see the sort of launcher bay there. That's a shame, unfortunately, it's just the bare grey. They haven't painted it blue or black or anything. So it's a bit of a shame when you see the actual model. And again, we get to the back and the engines are painted blue just like the VSD, which is nice. And the underneath. So it doesn't look or feel quite as detailed as the Victory Star Destroyer does. I mean, it's a nice ship design, it's interesting, but it doesn't quite feel like that classic iconic Imperial ship, unfortunately. Which is a shame, but it's still a nice ship. So we have that there. So we'll go on to the rest of the pack. So in here, so you get the stand and command dials you'll need for the ship. The Gladiator has 2 commands, so you get the 2 dials with that, and your fleet stand and all the little bits to attach everything with. You also get the little pamphlet with the full contents list on there. So it shows you all the upgrade cards and all the dials you get. And there's quite a lot in there when you consider things. You get 10 different upgrade cards, which I'll go through shortly. And then we're on to all the bits you get with it. So I'll start by showing you the tokens. It's a Fancy Fight game, so you always get lots of tokens. So on the first sheet we have the double-sided chip token, which shows you the Class 1 and the Class 2 on there. You get the defense tokens that's needed for the ship for both versions. Identifiers, so the number 8 comes with this one. You also get some objective tokens and faction tokens. So it helps you if you for future objectives and stuff. If you've got the core set, you've probably already got enough of these, but it's always good to have some spares. And then the second one just comes with the command dials, command tokens, and the shield. So that one's nice and simple. Again, everything you'd need to play with the ship is there. There's sort of no waste. The extra objective token seems a bit odd, but I'm going to guess there's something you'll be used for at some point. So, onto the cards. We have the Gladiator 1 class and the Gladiator 2 class. So, Gladiator 1 class. Oh, it's nice and interesting. Nice salvo of missiles coming out there. So, 2 command, 2 squadron, 3 engineering. Not too dissimilar from the Victory, but it does only have 5 hull, 1 anti-ship, anti-squadron dice. Again, it's defense tokens, 3 different runs rather than doubling up on the redirect. It actually has an evade as well, which is interesting. We'd only seen that on the Rebel ships so far. So it's nice and speedy. It's got up to speed 3 with a nice few clicks on them. When combined with some of the upgrade cards we'll see in a bit as well, you can really get some manoeuvring and speed out of this ship. Upgrade wise, you can take the officer, weapons team, support team and ordnance on it, and its standard armament is almost purely black dice with a few red thrown in there. And then onto the 2 class, pretty much exactly the same, all the same upgrades and everything, but it does cost 6 more points, and for that you get red dice added on to the side arcs. So yeah, and then we're on to the upgrade cards. So we get a new Admiral in here for the Imperial. So this is our third Admiral after Tarkin and Marty. This is Admiral Screed. And he allows you to, once per activation, when a friendly ship attacks, it can spend 1 dice from its pool to change another dice to a face with a crit icon. You combine that with the Gladiator primarily rolling black dice, because their crit icon face also has an additional damage on it. It's quite a nice combination. So because of black dice also having blank faces, you could spend one of those blank faces, get one with a crit and a hit on it as well. So they work well together. Then we have the first officer, Admiral Cherno? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm really bad at pronouncing new names. It comes in a whopping 10 points, but when you use the squadron command, squadrons you activate can move even if they're engaged, but they go down to a speed of 2. So if you're running a fleet of bombers or advanced or something, or your opponent's tied up your squadrons with theirs, it just lets them escape and redirect and move to somewhere else that you want them to be. So it's an interesting one if you're going to run a squadron list. With the weapons liaison, we saw this in the core set. It allows you to spend a command token to change your dial to a concentrate fire or squadron command. The new sensor team, who is a support team, and while attacking, you may exhaust the card and spend 1 die to change one of your dice to an accuracy icon. So this might just help you get in those hits if you know your opponent's going to sort of use a brace on you or something, or against rebels primarily if they're going to use evades. So the sensor team's interesting, and at 5 points, yeah, I can see him being used. We have the nav team. So when you activate a navigate command, your navigate tokens can change the speed and or the yaw by 1. So it makes the navigate tokens a little bit more useful. We have the engine tech. So this is nice and makes the Gladiator nice and nippy. So after you execute a maneuver, you may exhaust this card to execute a 1-speed maneuver, as long as you're doing the navigate command. So you can maneuver up to speed 3, going 0, 1 yaw, 1 yaw, and then you can execute a 1-speed maneuver, which is a double click. So you can effectively go speed 4 in 1 turn with a nice little turn at the end with the double yaws. So I really like the engine tech. I think it adds a nice bit of maneuverability to Imperial ships, which only using the VSD so far, it's been a bit of a slow ship. The new expanded launchers ordnance, this is a modification which only allow 1 of per ship. And the battery armament from your front hull zone is increased by 2 black dice. So on either version of the Gladiator, that makes your front hull zone 6 dice, which is absolutely devastating. However, it comes at a cost because it is 13 points. The assault concussion missiles, which allows you to spend a black crit to deal damage to adjacent hull zones. Again, we've seen this in the core set before. With the Gladiator having so many black dice, this actually becomes a little bit more useful. Then we're on to the titles. We have the Demolisher. During your activation, you can perform one of your attacks after you execute a maneuver. So for 10 points, you can shoot, move, fire again. This is an absolutely fantastic title. I can see it being used quite a lot because so often, you know, you're dancing around opponents and, you know, your second shot after maneuvering would have been so much better. And here the Demolisher allows you to do that. And then the other title card, Insidious. So the black dice in your battery armament can be used at medium range. Amazing! But this effect applies only when attacking the rear hull zone of a ship. So you do have to have manoeuvred the Gladiator round behind the opponent to be able to use this title. But you combine it with something like the engine tech to give you that extra effective speed 4 manoeuvre, but with the extra clicks. You know, you should be able to manoeuvre the Gladiator quite well with this and hopefully utilise this title. And again, at just 3 points, it's not too expensive, so if the opportunity gets missed, you know, you haven't wasted huge amounts on it. So there we have it. That is the Gladiator expansion pack. It's an interesting new addition to the Imperial fleet. I can see it being played a lot. using it in double or triple lists, where you have 3 of them or 2 of them flying side by side, they're going to definitely put down pain with their alpha strikes with all these black dice, so they've got to get in close first and hit them. However, they do only have 5 hull, so they are a little bit vulnerable, so just bear that in mind when punching them. So remember, everything you've seen here today, you can buy and trade on our website, bigorbitcards.co.uk, and join me later when I'll do some more unboxing of the rest of Wave 1 for Armada. Bye.